G'day everyone, Scott here from One Green Thumb Gardening in Toowoomba. Currently in snowy Vancouver. So this morning I tried to do a live Facebook post and failed successfully by having the mute button on. So I'm just going to recap a couple dramas of what happened from last night while you get to enjoy this beautiful 25 centimeters of snow. So we arrived I was at Vancouver Airport, meant to fly out at 6:30. They delayed the flight. Snow was coming down, so at 11:30 p.m. they decided, sorry, flights are cancelled due to weather. Anyway, we were the first to be cancelled, followed by 6 other flights to be cancelled. And so you can imagine that you've got 6 aeroplanes full of passengers, all being cancelled at the same time. All the bags are being dumped in the carousels in just an utter mess. No one knows what to do, where to go. People are trying to get their bags, or should they go rebook their flights? So queues just piled up. People were trying to find accommodation because of the snow that we had last night. Taxis weren't running. So I queued for an hour and a half to get Subway. There was the WestJet, who I was flying with, they shut down the people dealing with the situation at 2 o'clock. So there was people who were waiting in line completely overnight on tiles like that in, it would have been -7. It was bloody cold. Even in the terminals, it was still cold. Probably not -7 in the terminal, maybe. It was cold though on the tiles. Still in beanies, jackets, the whole kit. I thankfully found a spot that was just where you come out of customs that was carpeted and warm, although I was still dressed in my jumper with a double layered jumper, t-shirt, double layered pants, and I was still cold. So I slept on the floor, thankfully carpeted. Some people were just in telephone booths. I don't like taking videos of other people's misfortune. It's just something that I don't do. So there's no crazy photos of the mass amount of people that are just parked everywhere and just stranded. It's something I don't do. So anyway, after I got 3 hours sleep in the middle of the floor, we finally rebooked some flights, thankfully on Thursday, because then that's the next thing. All of Winnipeg's flights that were due today all were cancelled first thing this morning. So you've got all of last night's flights plus this morning's flights that have all been cancelled. So thankfully, we just paid the extra $800 and just bought a new ticket through a new airline, Air Canada, rather than going through WestJet. So fingers crossed they can clear the runways and get all the stuff going, and then I can fly to Winnipeg. Otherwise, I might be stuck here in Vancouver a little bit longer. So I got on the train, and they said that the main line in Vancouver to the city was out of action. So we have to hop off at one train and then take another train. So we got on that train. There was let's say 500 people. Train was packed. Everyone's loaded in this train. The first couple had made it through this morning, and the one, of course, that I was on, we got taken off our thing, and then the train that was coming from the city out to not quite the airport, but this other Bridgeport place, it couldn't make it over the bridge. So then there was no train service. So then the train guys said, sorry, train service is now closed. And then they were like, we've heard news that because of the roads at the current condition, being all icy and sludgy and no plows that had gone through yet, there was no bus service. So we're like, great. So thankfully I was in a hotel, River Rock Casino. I've got no cellular Wi-Fi, which means I can't make any phone calls. I can't use my Wi-Fi to Google anything or book anything. Thankfully, a guy there, a pilot, overheard me and he asked me to share his Uber with him. So from the place that we were at was $115. So I only had $50 Canadian cash on me. Didn't think I'd need it because I'm going straight home, but straight to Winnipeg. Anyway, so thankfully I got a Uber to Robson Street, which is down there, and of course I walked 13 minutes in the wrong direction with a backpack full of bloody sarsaparilla and souvenirs. Yay. So then I had to turn around and come back. Freezing cold. But I got a hotel room. So nice, so nice, so nice. Oh, so good. Nice and warm. Double bed. Not that I'm gonna need a double bed, but anyway. So, what am I gonna do now? I'm gonna go for a bit of a wander and check out the streets and see how we go. It should be good. Thanks for watching and have a beautiful Christmas, everyone. Here is to my start of my white Christmas holiday.